22-year-old Donasia Holloway-Epps is returning from a beach vacation to her home in Walterboro, South Carolina's Forest Point Apartments, which she notices the headlights from a pickup truck that has been following her turns into her complex as well. Although the truck turns off and parks in a dark area of the lot, Donasia feels a sense of foreboding. Her ex-boyfriend drives the pickup truck. The ex-boyfriend not long out of prison. The ex-boyfriend who has been harassing her over the phone despite a judge's no-contact order issued a few months earlier. The ex-boyfriend who was charged with first-degree domestic violence after shoving Donasia and pointing a handgun at her. It is just after 10 p.m. and dark outside on May 22, 2021, so Donasia decides to park next to a Walterboro Police Department cruiser that belongs to a neighbor in her apartment complex. Before she can exit her silver Lexus, that ex-boyfriend, Justin Cole Carroll, now 24, emerges from the shadows. Donasia locks her door and makes a brief video post to Snapchat as Carroll approaches her vehicle. Moments later, several shots from a .40 caliber Smith & Wesson handgun ring through the complex. The police officer hears the gunfire and comes outside to investigate. Witnesses say they saw a male running from the area near the officer's cruiser, then flee in a pickup truck. The officer approaches the car next to his cruiser and sees Donasia slumped over dead in her front seat. She has been shot 4 times and suffered wounds to her neck and head. Walterboro PD investigators, who had been called to the same address for Carroll's domestic violence assault against Donasia just 4 months earlier, quickly zero in on Carroll as a person of interest in her murder. Authorities go to the home of Carroll's parents. They say he has not been home that evening, but they reach him on the phone, and Carroll agrees to meet police for an interview. He claims he has been in Charleston all night and will begin driving back, but Walterboro Police and the Colleton County Sheriff's Office are not content to wait for him. They find him on the road, conduct a traffic stop, and take him into custody. At first, Carroll answers questions and lets investigators swab his hands for gunshot residue. He insists he went straight to Charleston after getting off work at a pizza restaurant earlier that evening and knows nothing about his ex-girlfriend's death. But as investigators press for more details about his trip to Charleston, Carroll ends the interview and requests a lawyer. Lacking enough evidence to make an arrest, Carroll is allowed to leave. However, the facts begin falling into place rapidly over the next hours. First, Donasia's current boyfriend gives investigators the code to access her phone, where they find the Snapchat video made just moments before her murder. It shows a man who appears to be Carroll, but investigators notice something odd. In the video, Carroll has a full head of hair. When he was taken into custody just a few hours after the killing, his head was shaven, as if he were attempting to change his appearance. The video is enough to make an arrest, but authorities find yet more. Police got a warrant for Carroll's phone and found it had been wiped clean, further suggesting Carroll was attempting to cover his tracks. Carroll was arrested 2 days after the murder. Hunter Swanson of the 14th Circuit Solicitor's Office will prosecute the case. The evidence is strong but not a slam dunk. The murder weapon is never recovered. None of the samples taken from the shell casings or Donasia's vehicle contain Carroll's DNA, and fingerprints taken from the car cannot be matched to Carroll either. However, the timestamp on the video Donasia took in the parking lot puts Carroll in the parking lot just 7 minutes before the fatal shots were fired, and surveillance from the apartment complex show only one man near the car before the murder. And there's one piece of good forensic evidence. Those swabs taken from Carroll the night of the murder, forensic analysts used them to detect gunshot residue on Carroll's right hand. In April 2024, Carroll stands trial at the Colleton County Courthouse. Swanson calls 16 witnesses during 3 days of testimony. The jury finds him guilty of murder. Circuit Court Judge Robert Bonds sentences Carroll to 60 years in prison. Swanson is the leader of the 14th Circuit Solicitor's Office Special Victims Unit, which prosecutes domestic violence, sexual assault, child abuse, and other crimes against vulnerable populations. She also is a member of the Career Criminal Unit, which prosecutes the circuit's most violent and habitual offenders. That team has earned convictions against 488 of the 533 defendants it has prosecuted since its inception in 2009.
If you need to escape a dangerous situation, or if you know someone who does, there are people ready to help you. The 14th Circuit Victim Services Center can arrange shelter, counseling, financial aid, even legal assistance with restraining orders or child custody matters. And you don't have to wait until there is a criminal action taken against the person who threatens your safety and your life, because too often, by then, it's too late. Call us at 843-790-6220 or 1-800-868-2632 and do it today.